Guys, today topic is a very interesting topic, guys. It's like I have taken the interview who have above 4 years of experience in Java development environment, guys. So I had taken the interview around 30 minutes, guys. I really surprised with his answers, guys. Only I used to ask some basic questions only, guys, but the candidate is unable to answer those questions also. Even I feel that who are trained in the Java complete course, he also able to answer some questions, guys. But who are 4.5 years of experience candidate unable to answer the fundamental concepts of Java also, guys. So watch till the end of the video, guys, then you can understand what type of questions I used to ask that candidate. So as usual, everyone, the first entry questions, can you explain something about yourself? So after that questions, we started question like from core Java concept, guys. So the first basic entry questions like what is the difference between inheritance and interface, guys. Even this question also the candidate unable to answer the proper definition. I expected something. I expected some elaboration real-time example. He may give some project real-time example, but he unable to explain the exact definition. What about inheritance and interface? You just leave it the main difference between inheritance and interface. I expected from the candidate the actual definition. He couldn't that. Okay, and the next question is, have you worked on thread concepts? So he said, I didn't work on much on thread concept. So that's why I left that concept. Okay. And then the next question I asked like, what is an exception? And what are the different types of exception? He answered like in a single statement only. He didn't explain with example. He just given some simple statement only. Even freshers also can give those statements. And the next question I asked, what is the use of finally block? He answered something for that question, but 100% is not correct for that question also, guys. So immediately I asked questions again related final block. If you don't close the connections in the final block, then what will happen? Then he couldn't answer for that question also. Just given some hint like, so if you don't close the connections, is there any problem arising like related to management or memory leaks? Then he unable to answer for that question also. And immediately I asked one more questions related to memory management and memory leaks. Have you faced any memory leaks in your application? Somewhat he managed for that question, guys. And the next question I started from collections concept, guys. Like what is the use of collections? What is the difference between collection and collections? What is the difference between linked list and array list? How hash map works, and have you applied any hash positions in your project, and how do you handle hash positions in your current project? So after that I jumped into have you any experience on Java 8 features in your current project? After that I jump into advanced Java concepts like what is the difference between Spring MVC and Spring Boot? Is somewhat he managed with his answer. And the next question I asked him, what is the use of profiles in Spring Boot? Okay, and then I used to ask like what type of Spring Boot dev tools you have used, have worked on. Okay, and then I asked like what are the different Spring annotations you have worked on? Can you tell me some Spring annotations in your current project, whatever your real-time experience you have? Okay, so and the next question I asked like how do you enable auto wiring in Spring Boot? How do you enable auto wiring in Spring Boot? Okay, even he couldn't answer for that question also. And immediately I asked questions for related that question only, like what are the different types of auto wiring? Okay, and then next question I asked like what are the different bean scopes are there? Okay, and how to handle exceptions in Spring Boot? Okay, so in these questions he unable to give one answer also, one proper answer. So among these entry questions he unable to give one proper answer also, guys. And the next question I used to ask from Hibernate, guys, like what is the difference between SQL and HQL? And the next question I ask, like how do you map Java application into database? Okay. And the next question I ask, like types of mappings, like one-to-one relations and many-to-many relations. Okay, can you explain if you worked on any one-to-one or one-to-many application, and where, in which scenario you have worked on those applications, and which scenario you have worked on those mappings, one to many, one to one, one to many, many to many? Can you explain with the examples? I asked such type of questions. Even he manages something. Okay. And the next question I asked, like what is the transaction management in Hibernate? Okay, so he unable to answer that question also. Like the next question I ask, like what is the difference between transaction commit and transaction rollback? Okay. And then I ask, like have you any experience on to write test cases using JUnit? He said no, I didn't written any JUnit test cases. Okay. So after that I just jump into front-end technology. Have you worked on any front-end technologies? Have you experience on any front-end technologies? He said no, I didn't get any experience on front-end technologies. Okay. So like this, in this way I used to ask from core Java concepts to advanced Java, and then some tools. Okay. And some configurations related entry questions also I asked. Okay. But with 4.5 years experience candidate also, he unable to give answers for fundamentals concept also, guys. So therefore I am suggest you guys, for everyone irrespective of the programming language, first to get some depth knowledge on fundamentals concept, guys. Then you should go to advanced concepts. You have to explain for each question. You have to take the example from your project only. What are the current project you have doing or previous project? You have to explain the with example whatever the current project you are doing. Then only the entry panel will make you move to next round, guys. So guys, for this session, so if you feel this video is very helpful, please share to your friends also, guys. It might be helpful for all Java developers and all programming developers. Okay, so we'll meet with one more useful content video. Thank you very much.